Uh-oh, looks like Hawkeye failed to hit the target. Tee-hee, get it? Yeah. So anyway, back in comic book news, because I don't know, why not? There's plenty of other places to go, but I just keep coming to comic book news because I'm cosmic like that. So anyway, Matt McClellan here, woke Hawkeye. Yeah, and that sick disease of wokeism. So anyway, that's too bad about Haley. She seems like a nice girl, but that's the problem. I feel bad about the girl who's going to be Ms. Marvel and stuff. If they're gonna agendaize that thing, and of course they will. And she's going to take all the crap as the face of this stupid, cult idea for superheroes and whatnot. When should have just done an entertaining show, That's too bad. But anyway, so the deal here is that Deadline is talking about Samba TV shows up again, which is the only means by which they have any metrics. So the idea is that it's down by 40% in comparison with Loki. So Loki was watched by 2.5 million homes, and you could probably add on some more there. You just can't get the metrics. But since D Plus is not bragging about actual numbers, this is what we got to go with. So Hawkeye was only watched by 1.5 million. Well, geez, that's not good. The number is also even less than Falcon and Winter Soldier, 1.8 million, and WandaVision, 1.6 million. Of the three, or four at this point, I guess. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. WandaVision was the more interesting and more solid one, and then it fizzles at the end because they took Doctor Strange out of it and didn't have anything to replace it with, so they sabotaged their own show. And then Feige brags about this. Yeah, we couldn't have a white male in there. So, yeah. So the Disney Plus shows, as far as I'm concerned, are failures. And that's bad news for Marvel, but it's really bad news for Feige. So Matt McClellan goes on about this business of constantly replacing classic characters with the new ones, which the comic books did and failed. Now, Kate Bishop came out of Young Avengers. That could have been something they should have done. They should have looked at that original story and got that team together and put her in that. And there you go. That would have been a cool thing, because it had a fairly decent run for its time, but they weren't these agenda tokens as they are now. So no one's going to be interested in that, and I guess it shows. I haven't seen the show. I don't know when I'm sure at some point I'll resubscribe to D Plus. I'm kind of intrigued about the Beatles show they got on there, but it's kind of the same thing. I signed up for PP. Paramount Plus, of course, and primarily for Paranormal Activity. That was a dud. Then South Park special, well, yeah, it was kind of funny. And then the third strike's going to be Beavis and Butthead, and so I don't know. But after Mandalorian, I was hoping the Marvel shows would be something to look at. And then, oh my God, so no. So that's a problem. Everyone's obsessed. All these, studio entities and whatnot are obsessed with streaming, and they're trying to win it, and they're trying to get there. And there's been the investors report. Disney hasn't made it. They haven't made their numbers that they wanted or needed. And they were depending on Star Wars and Marvel to bring it in. And Star Wars pooped the bed twice. They had the initial sequel trilogy, which was just garbage. And then Mandalorian seems to bring it back, and they burnt that bridge down too for no damn good reason. And so that was that, So, but they still had Marvel. Okay. So here comes these Marvel shows, and they're no good. First of all, WandaVision was intriguing and stuff, and these were good performance. I like, Wanda and Vision together. I think that's a good couple there, and it was looking pretty good. And then it just sort of fizzles, and people just don't make sense. And then you find out, well, that's because they just decided to rip Doctor Strange out of it, even though initially they were teasing that this is going to lead right into Doctor Strange's movie. You're going to want to see it, and that kind of thing, It's all connected. And then they took it out because of their bizarre cult-like obsession. Oh, he's white and male. Oh, we can't have him trying to teach Wanda magic. Oh, so they took him out, but they didn't have a story anymore. And Feige is like proud of this. You know, he's cheering that on and whatnot. And it's colossal failure. Then you get Falcon and Winter Soldier, where, okay, Falcon's going to be the new Captain America and all that. And you make him your basically the lead superhero in the series. Have sympathy for a mass murderer. And in that respect, because of that ethic, I suppose, it's the absolute worst of the MCU D+ shows. The absolute worst. Because that's just terrible to do that to your superhero. Loki was just boring and stupid, and it didn't take itself seriously and made fun of itself. It just doesn't have any respect for it, so why should anyone else? And all it was, oh, look, multiverse. So there you go. Everything was Kang, and Kang willed it, so that's why all the Marvel movies happened the way they did. I mean, they just belittled their own brand with that crap. So there's that. The What If series was pretty bad. Again, with the Doctor Strange show, I liked that one. That one was good. The only Marvel movie coming soon was the Doctor Strange movie. That's the one I was looking forward to. And now I'm dreading it because I fear, especially with Cumberbatch doing all the rounds, going on about toxic masculinity, and you need to shut up and listen. Do you? So I was like, oh, he's still performing, and that's going to be the message of it. My only hope is that suddenly they did all these reshoots, and there's so many that you could practically film a whole other movie. So maybe they realize, oh no, we'd better fix this, but I'm dubious. So, yeah. So, oh no, what are you going to do? Well, don't worry. Spider-Man's here to save the day. The Spider-Man movie is going to do very, very well. I do not like the Marvel Spider-Man movies. Hopefully this third time will be the charm. Maybe they'll get it right for the new trilogy coming. But the problem for Marvel, and Feige in particular, this is more of a Sony deal. And if you notice Sony with their Venom movies and Morbius, I gotta say the Morbius film looks pretty cool. I'm intrigued by it. I did not like the second Venom film, but that being said, you can't really say it's a woke movie. It's not. It was just, gotta stop carnage. So there you go. It's very basic, simple stuff, really. And then, of course, the Venom relationship and whatnot. It's got some flaws in it and whatnot. But other than that, that's all they're doing, and that's really all you got to do. But that's not what MCU's about. No, they're there to teach you a lesson. And they're too stupid to teach you a lesson about anything. But they don't know that because they're stupid. So that's where it is. So, oh boy. So, what's Feige going to do? Say, hey, we got Spider-Man. No, you don't. Disney has to share that with Sony. So that's going to go more to, Rothman and Pascal over there at Sony. While Disney's looking at you, Feige. It's like, hey, you're screwing up one of our crown jewels here. And he has. You've got 3 movies that didn't perform well at all. Eternals was just dead on arrival. Shang-Chi did as best as it could, I suppose, and I guess more or less it's the best of the 3. I mean, at least Black Widow had Scarlet in it, but for the last time, and it's a prequel story, and it fizzles plot-wise. So, they're terrible, and then the D+ shows can't deliver. And all Feige can do is brag about how he sabotaged the best of the D+ shows. Yeah, that's not good. But wait a minute, Kathleen Kennedy apparently, at least according to her and her husband, has been signed to another 3-year contract and all that. Well, the only explanation for that is, of course, Kathleen Kennedy is Hollywood royalty. But not you, Feige. I know Feige has more success under his belt, recent success, than she does. She doesn't have any. Well, all right, Rogue One maybe. But even that almost cost a lot of money, more than it should have. But anyway, there's Feige, and he's got nothing now to show for it. And it's beginning to look a lot like he wasn't really the driving force that got it off the ground. It was the other people that are no longer there. Yeah. So, Yeah, pretty bad. And no matter how good Spider-Man is, he can't save Feige. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh, my goodness, so many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh, yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin.